What's up guys, it's your girl Honey. It has been a hot minute since we have picked up this camera. I think the last time we posted was like 10 days ago. We have been slacking hardcore. If you do not follow us on Snapchat, follow us on Snapchat. That is where we are sharing like daily life, behind the scenes, every day, all the moments, everything. If you've been following us and you've been supporting us since the beginning, follow us there for like exclusive behind the scenes content. A lot has happened and I have so many vlogs that I started and just have not finished. So just to give you guys like a breakdown, a little update, for the last 3 weeks, like I've been better for like probably a week now. I've been better, but sick for a good like 12 days. So let's just call it 2 weeks. If you don't know, I mentioned before that we are selling our house. So we had to get the house all organized and ready for photos because photos were coming in. I'm gonna show you guys some clips. Bull just took Star to school and then he's gonna go to the gym. I am here at the house with a giant to-do list. I mentioned before that we are selling our house. We are preparing to sell. We have photos coming in on Monday and I have so many things to do, which I've been like putting on the back burner because I've been sick. So today is a day that I'm going to be tackling this. First things first, I'm just going to bring you guys along with me for the ride. You guys can help me prepare to sell. Starting in our living room, when I bought our couch, I never bought pillows because we always just have blankets just draped over our couch because it's white. It's always how it's been. So it always looks a mess and there's no pillows. There's no like real style to our couch. So a home stager came in and kind of just broke everything down to me and said, a list for you. Nothing is like absolutely has to be done. Like the house looks great. Like there's really very minimal stuff to do. This is just like little tiny things. Obviously when all the blankets are off the couch, it's gonna look naked. This is it. And I've been going to HomeSense trying to find like pillows, but I'm not really that good at this kind of stuff. These, I love these pillows so much. These, I was hoping that they would look bigger and they could kind of like have a little contrast situation with these two. So I think I'm gonna return these and try to find bigger ones, but like they're like a linen, which I like. Love this one again. So let me know what you guys think. I don't need to overdo it, but I definitely feel like I need a bigger pillow on this couch because it's so big. These are the piles of blankets that are normally on our couch. So that is a task of mine. I've been hunting HomeSenses. When I wasn't even thinking about pillows, I was like seeing pillows all the time that I liked. And now that I need them, I can't find them. So at least we found like one that I liked, or a set of some that I liked. We'll get there though. We'll get there. Well, pictures are coming on Monday. It's Friday. I don't have very much time. Worst case, we don't have pillows. Moving on to the playroom. Our playroom is a hot mess right now. Don't mind that. But I took a few things out already because it was very, very cluttered in here. They basically just said take out all the straggler toys. So I'll put them all in a box. Just leave everything like neutral, woods, all that type of stuff can stay out. This is just for like photos. Like once the photos are done, then I can kind of bring it back to its original state. But I get what they're saying. Like, you know, obviously this is a little bit of a cluttered sheet show. That's basically it for this floor. And then obviously like things like this will go away, like all this type of stuff, like put away. Our juicer and our Ninja eye cream thingy would just be tucked away, stuff like that. And then more of like the designer little bits and baubles can stay out. And within here, put this away. Smeg can stay out, just kind of clean it up a bit. We'll do that Sunday night, and then I'll put these those away and then clean this up. We also said to take the baskets out from under there. I wish I had something for this wall. It's been on my hit list for so long and I've never found anything that I just love for there. You know, when like you move into your house after like, well, I don't know if you guys know this, but like when we moved into our house after all the rent, I'm out of breath also guys, I'm sick, just don't mind my heavy breathing, and I'm pregnant. But when we moved out, oh my gosh, when we finished our renovations, I was so over this house and neglected it for so long because it was so much work and so much stress. Or had ordered all my like big pieces, so like dining room table, the chairs, the couch, stuff like that. And then the little bits and baubles just neglected because I was over it. I was just like, you know what? I got a couch, that I can sit on. I have a TV. I have my computer desk. I was in a mood to get things done and kind of put this house together. This was before we decided to sell. So the whole reason that I'm here talking to you guys is because I have a huge task ahead of me today. And it is, brace yourself, okay? Brace yourself. This freaking bedroom. So as you can see, I started this bedroom. My thing was, was before we decided to sell again. I was emptying out this closet because this closet is all like my dresses, nicer clothes that I would wear on like vacation. This was our like closet room, okay? We had more shelving in here and it didn't always look like this, okay? I started like tearing it apart a few months back because I was gonna make it a nursery. But then we decided that we were gonna sell for the 5,000th time. And then I kind of just like neglected it. Today is the day. I have to get it done. It needs to be fully cleared out. All those shoes, these are mainly Bull's shoes. Some of them are mine. It all has to go downstairs. All these two, those are all shoes that we want to sell. I have a Poshmark if you guys are interested. There's some Versace's, Christian Louboutins. What else do we got over here? Some Fendi's, some Balenciagas, all for amazing prices. I'm gonna get started on this room and I will keep you guys posted kind of as I'm going through things. You guys will see the after. Just to kind of touch, don't mind the Star's bed, it's not made yet, but this thing is what I brought up from the playroom. So that, I don't know if it can stay in here for photos. Like they also said like kind of stay with the color theme and I'm like, the color theme is like green, yellow, blue, red. I don't really know. She was like, stick with more of the like the blues, the greens, and the grays. I have some work in here to do also, but this is like the main problem. It was mainly these boxes that were making it look worse than what it was. But I'm having some issues right now because this is what I do. I sit here and I contemplate and I'm like, what to do with all this stuff. So I just said, you know what, we gotta just go for it. I'm just gonna give you an example of how crazy this is. So I found all these. This was like the vision for the house. And to me, it's like sentimental, you know? Like it's like this was our vision and it came to life and we're selling the house. And I'm like, I've carried these for 3 years. I want to literally like put them in a scrapbook and be like, this is like, you know, this was my vision from the house. I want to be able to like look back on these things. But what if I just take a picture, you know? I just take a picture, call it a day. Like these are all images online that I could literally go back and like just, you know, find them again. It's wild. That's like the sentimental part of it all. So it's hard to like let things go, but we are making progress. And then I was saying on Snapchat, so I feel like I'm like repeating myself right now, having boxes on boxes, donation boxes. We have so many boxes downstairs, like all my like Nikes, Jordans, all that, they're all in boxes, just ready for Star when he becomes of size. When he's a 7.5, he's gonna have a nice little shoe collection. And it's like we're carrying this stuff all through our life until Star is like able to wear them, which is a little insane. And then I have a box for my future daughter that I don't even know if I'm having. I have a box for her of like just pieces that I have that I think would be good, like vintage pieces. And if I never have a daughter, then I'll give them to my nieces. But like, that's just like the level of, I don't know what you want to call it, like hoarding, insanity, I don't know. But these are things that I want to do. I'm causing more stress and more stuff. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I'm trying to be a minimalist, guys. I've come so far. Like I have honestly come a long way, and I say to myself, if you haven't cared about it for the last 2 years, I doubt you're going to care about it for the next 2 years. So, but my thing, especially with like clothes, is like, well, what if I just needed this? I always think like Halloween. I'm like, what if I needed, or like, what if one of my kids need this for Halloween, or they could make their Halloween outfit so much better. But it's like, dude, we live in a world where things now are like are in production nonstop. So why does it, like, you can just buy anything. Everything is at your fingertips now, you know? Anyways, we're making progress. That is the main goal here. It's time. It really is time. Bull's home now, so he's gonna be taking all these downstairs to the basement, to the dungeon. Just add more shit to the dungeon, okay? Look who discovered the room.
Hi, there's another shoe. There's shoes. At Mama.
No, don't put those on.
Now I have this and this. This on the puppy.
Okay, you need to be careful, honey. So we did it. We are ready for photos. Photo ready, video ready, everything ready. So I'm gonna take you guys along. This was like, I mean, you guys were with me, you know, this was like crazy. So this is the playroom, okay? Simple. All of this all had stuff in it. I don't know if you guys remember, but it did. Clean. Tables cleaned off. It was until Star added a book. Clean. I'm just gonna turn this around. This is all cleaned off. This is all fluffed somewhat, ready to go. Everything. Kitchen, clean. I got my lemons. I even had time to get my lemons. Everything is ready. We have our smeg we left out, our espresso. Everything cleared in here. Powder room, done. Foyer. I really wished I had time to get a plant for here because my money tree grew and I switched it and then I never ended up getting a plant for there, so whatever. Anyways, everything, shoes are gone, everything cleared out. Go upstairs quick. This room, done. This bathroom, as we know, done. This stuff is gonna be moved as we kind of go. Done. Star's room, check. Master, obviously Star had to bring this in here. Gosh. Master bedroom, check. I just have to put these away. And then laundry room, check. Oh, and our master, check. I am so happy to be done with this. I really, really am. Now it's just listing, well, photos, video, listing, sell this bitch. So that is what I was working on. I was vlogging it all, and then I lost the vlog camera in all the chaos. So the pictures have been done, we're listed. Our house is up for sale. So now we kind of just wait. I haven't heard anything from the realtor yet. We are excited to see how this goes. Just a little update if you guys haven't seen or you don't know, we are selling our house. We've been living here for about 3 years. Since middle of 2021, we moved in. We lived through renovations, a lot of chaos, a lot of stress. At that point, I was pregnant with Star, and we had Star January 2022. So we have built a lot of memories in here. This is a bittersweet moment, but I am ready to move on. We can't stay here forever. This is not our forever home. If we do not sell our home for the price that we want this year, we're gonna try again next year. So we're gonna leave it on the market. I don't really know like when the time is up, like when it's like time to like throw in the towel and be like, okay, the house isn't getting sold. We're just playing it by ear and seeing where the wind takes us. We do have a plan. The plan is we're going to Berlin in September. So end of September, we're going to Berlin for the marathon, okay? At that point, baby number 2 will be here. So we will have a 3-month-old plus Star, who will be about like 3.5 at that point, and we're flying to Berlin. From Berlin, we are going to Spain. This is the plan. This is if we sell our house, okay? Even if we don't sell our house, I think we will still do a trip in Europe after Berlin. So we'll go somewhere after Berlin, but we will come back to our home, you know? But if we do sell our house, we have like, this is the thing, like we don't know, so we're just kind of going with the flow. So if we do sell our house, Berlin, Spain for a couple months. Like the living there? Do we miss home? Like, how are we feeling? And then from there, if we feel like we can continue our journey, we are gonna go to like a couple more places. We're still discussing kind of potential places that we can go do like short-term rentals, okay? This is just exploration purposes and just to see if we can live abroad. One, we really, really hate the winter here. The last 2 winters for me were very rough. Bull has come to the realization that he also cannot stand the winter. So it gets very dark and it gets very depressing and you feel like unmotivated. And besides that, there's like a million other reasons why we want to experience this. It's now or never for us. So if we want to experience living somewhere else, it's now, because our kids are going to be young. I've already like explained this in a whole other video, but just for the people who are new here, while the kids are young, Star doesn't really have to be in school. And even if like he could be in some sort of program, like wherever we are, or we can just like, we're going to be out and about, there's a beach, like, you know what I mean? Like we're going to be doing things and experiencing things. And to me, travel is like one of the greatest teachers, exploring the world, you know? So there's a lot to see. So with that being said, that is our plan. We're still discussing like places that we could potentially see ourselves, like places that we would want to experience living in. So after like maybe 6 to 8 months, that will be like we left for the winter. So from September, end of September it is, and then October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So that's like 6-7 months. Okay, so at that point we will decide, like, do we want to continue our journey or do we want to come back home? And this is like, again, if we sell the house. If not, we will be coming back home after Berlin and a short trip somewhere, or like a 2-week trip somewhere. I don't really know. Me and Bull were actually like looking at places yesterday, and I'm like just looking at the places because of like how we have like the home that we created. It's obviously not the end all be all, but it's like our comfort, you know what I mean? I'm a homebody, and that is very important to me, to have like a home feeling, like I'm going home, you know, like this is my bed, this is my couch, this is my TV, this is my fridge, like let me go grocery shop, you know what I mean? Like it's like, so while we were looking at places, I was like, this is like making me already feel homesick, like, you know, like I feel like it's gonna be hard. It might be something that I absolutely hate, but then if that is the case, we just come home. In a amazing world, we would just leave for the winters, but it's like once your kids are in school, it's like you can't just pick up and leave for the winters, you know, like they need to have the stability at home. So it's tough. It really is tough, but we are going to figure it out. You guys are coming along this journey with us. We're going to keep you guys updated with our travels, with our decisions, with our what happens with the house. Is it gonna sell? We don't know. Like, we literally don't know. This is kind of like exciting. Bull doesn't like change, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a Taurus, and Tauruses normally don't like change, but I've always liked change. Like, I want to experience new, fresh things. I was excited when I was like moving from like one spot to another. Like, I moved a lot. When I was living in Toronto, I would like move to different like condos or townhouses or whatever it was. And that, to me, that was like an exciting feeling, you know? It's like something new and something fresh. We've been talking a lot also just like about at what age would we want to have our dream home? When is the time to like settle down and just know like it's time to build, it's time to like, you know, get our house in order, and this is our forever home, you know? So we agreed that like we're thinking by 40 that would be realistic, you know? Like, I think when you're 40, that's like when you'd want to settle down. The kids are a little bit older, it's like they're in their schools or whatever the case is, and you know, we still go on family vacations and whatnot, but we're settled. And that's kind of what we're going to be doing for like the next year, is just trying to like figure it out. Like, could we live in Spain? Could we live in Mexico? Like, could we build a life in these places? Maybe, maybe not. It's going to be interesting. Paul just got home. He's cutting his melons.
Yeah.
Making a fruit bowl. We're making some oats. Guys, Bull makes the best oats.
Ever.
He really does.
Business.
He makes good oats and he makes good granola. And he was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make myself oats and not even ask Honey if she wants some.
I ate breakfast this morning.
I had a piece of toast.
We were eating for two, I forgot.
I was just telling them about our selling the house journey and just our plans if it does sell, and then if it doesn't sell, and just how we're kind of just letting the wind blow. Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about just letting the wind blow?
I don't mind letting the wind blow and seeing what direction it goes.
I was telling them how you don't really like change.
No, I don't. I'm a very routine person. I get accustomed to one thing and I kind of think that's it. I just stick to it, you know what I mean? So this has been my life for the past almost 4 years. It's like, I get it. In life, we have to move on, and there's gonna be another chapter. But at the same time, it's like,
It's tough.
it's tough.
Well,
especially what we're doing as well. It's not like when we left our townhouse, we knew this is where we're going to. You know?
Yeah. It's like I feel like this right now is like, I already was saying this to you guys, but it's like exciting and it's new, but it's still like the unknown, and like just knowing that we don't have this to come back to, it's like, it's tough.
One of the benefits that I am looking forward to, if everything goes to plan, our son, our children, and us being able to see and experience different cultures and see in different parts of the world. I think like Star being able to see that, and then our next audition, that's gonna benefit them so much as they get older. If we lived abroad for like 5 years or 6 years, like a long time, like the fact that Star could be like, oh, I lived in Spain, or I've been to France, I've been to England, I've been to all these different places, and he's able to like see how different cultures are, see different businesses. Like it's gonna keep him so like open-minded and creative.
And in the future, he's gonna have things to talk about, like, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm even thinking just like on the business aspect, like it's like if we were even to come back home, it's like, bro, the stuff that I seen when I was in Tokyo for like 3 weeks with my family and it's not here, like, you know what I mean? Or the stuff I experienced in Spain or whatever it was.
I mean, and like God willing, travel, like whether we come back here or not, travel will always be a huge part of our
what we do, for sure.
like, family life, you know?
Yeah, always.
I think traveling is like so important.
100%.
Who knows where the world's gonna be in about like 5 years when it comes to travel, but I hope that nothing changes and we have the freedom to travel and whatnot. But we're gonna see where the wind blows.
You can eat the skin.
I used to eat the
Yeah,
skin.
try it.
No.
Yeah, you used to eat the skin.
I used to literally cut a kiwi, like just wash it and cut it and eat the skin. Dip it in sugar.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days when
Okay,
you could
you-
eat skin. Now you can't eat skin. It's like illegal, okay? Like we want to go to Spain and live a certain way, you know, but it's like we also have to be smart and mindful of like the future and whatnot, you know, like still put money away and do things properly, like make sure our kids are good and whatnot.
Yep.
So anything else you want to say?
No, it's gonna be interesting. You guys are gonna have a front row seat.
You guys are gonna, I was saying that to you guys.
Feeling good. The sun is out.
The sun is out. Like we're officially done with winter.
The sun is out. We're feeling good. Our son is growing lovely, beautifully. We have a healthy baby. So what more could we ask for, right? Peace and love.